How do we build black wealth? It all starts with financial literacy. Exactly, though. Exactly. Thank you. Amen. That's exactly what it takes. Financial literacy. Shout out to the brothers at Earn Your Leisure. I learned a lot about stocks and global market from them. Yes. And there's a cat that I think I don't know if he's like directly, I know he's been on the channel, but Wall Street Trapper. Man, man, I love his perspective as being a brother that's formerly incarcerated. And because you'll find out that there's a lot of these cats that may have been in street life, but they were there because they're business minded. They were out there hustling. And I'm not advocating for selling drugs, but I'm saying this is the mindset that they had. They wanted to run businesses, they wanted to be owners, and they realized that the normal path of the educational system wasn't in their best financial interest. And so they went the route of selling drugs, and they created corporations. Basically, these were legal corporations, but corporations nonetheless. They were running businesses. And so there was actually this woman, this white woman that was working in I think a prison in Texas when she first came up with this idea, and she was working with guys that were in prison, and she realized that, like, because she was in business and like nonprofit and stuff like that, and she realized, wait a minute, these guys have the mindset of being business owners and running businesses. So she started a nonprofit that trained ex-convicts, and in some cases, like, she would actually go inside prisons too and train convicts of how to turn their illegal hustle into a legal hustle. So take the mindset that they already had in terms of and the experience they already have of running illegal businesses and apply that to legal hustles. Jay-Z is a perfect example. Where did he get, like, he displayed his hustle selling drugs in the street, and then applied it to the business world, the boardrooms of Wall Street. Like, this dude, like, the skills are there; they can be transferred and used for legal hustles. And so that's why I look at somebody like a Wall Street Trapper, and I'm like yeah, that's a wonderful thing right there. You do make a lot of money selling drugs. Yeah, of course, there is the cost benefit analysis, and that's why I want to make sure it's made clear. I'm not advocating for it, but I understand. I see why. I know why a lot of cats in the street do it. They do it because they're business oriented. They're entrepreneurs, and they realize that using this is a way to make money, and they have the skills. They're running organizations. They've got employees. They know how to manage employees. They know how to run a business. They know how to move a product. They know how to distribute. These are all things that they can now take the mindset from and apply it to legal businesses. Take your money and buy the neighborhood. That's how you rinse it. Yeah, and you'll be surprised how many cats that have went the illegal route, managed to get out in time, and then take their dirty money, do something positive with it, buy businesses, and then just leave the life behind. A lot of times, though, a lot of guys just can't leave it alone, and they wind up getting caught up. A lot of guys just, okay, one more time, just like, okay, just one more month, and then I'm out the game, and then they wind up getting knocked. But there are guys that manage to make it out, get whatever money they got, move it into something else, and now they've built businesses. But I mean, the whole point is, like, the skill sets are there. I'm going to say that selling drugs is not worth it. Here's why I'm going to say that. For one reason, the cost risk. So number one, first reason is it's illegal, and advocating illegality is against YouTube's terms of service. So I do not advocate engaging in illegal activity. That's number one. Number two, selling drugs is not worth it because when you weigh the time you're getting for the money you're getting, it just doesn't compare. So I talked about the 100-to-1 ratio. And in the 100-to-1 ratio, it was that for selling 500 grams of cocaine, an individual got 5-year mandatory minimum. under that 100-to-1 ratio, remember, 500 grams of cocaine got you 5 years in prison. 5 grams of crack cocaine also got you 5 years. So 5 grams of crack cocaine was equal to 500 grams of powder cocaine. How much money was somebody making off of 5 grams of crack cocaine? So was that amount of money that you would make off of 5 grams of powder cocaine, of crack cocaine, worth 5 years of your life? Is 5 years of your life worth the amount of money somebody's making off of 500 grams of powder cocaine? And so even if you take a look at all of that and then just say, even if you're making tens of thousands of dollars with the drugs, you've got the years of your life that you're going to lose if you're caught. And with the way the drug game is now, when you're caught, plus you compare that to the fact that they charge you restitution and stuff like that. So they'll actually fine you and come after your money as well. So the cost benefit ratio analysis, the risk benefit analysis of drugs just doesn't add up. And the part I'm talking about the game being not being worth it these days is how much and how easily people tell. Like, there may have been a time when there was a code of honor and people would just take their weight and do their time. But several factors changed that, including the way that the federal government just throws football numbers at people. And they're charging and sentencing people not based on the amount that they actually were caught with. So what the federal government is doing and has been doing is they will watch a person or a crew. They'll watch a crew for a period of months, years, then arrest them, and then charge them not just for the drugs that they caught them with at that time, but charge them with the drugs that they sold or estimated to have sold over that entire period of time. Now you're looking at life sentences, centuries, like hundreds of years that they're willing to charge you with, unless you plead out. And if you want a good plea, guess what they're asking you to do? They're saying, hey, we're not going to give you a good plea unless you start giving us names. And a lot of dudes will give up names. And in some cases, you have people that were at the head of the criminal enterprise and will give up names of people that work for them, but just say, all they have to do is say, hey, well, he was running things. And like, it's just that simple. So yeah, the way that the drug game is now is just another reason that it's not worth it. Plus, it's the violence associated with it, because if you're running a legal business and somebody robs you or attempts to rob you, you can call the police. If you have a business deal that goes south, you can file lawsuit. You can go to court, say, hey, this person didn't obligate their agreements. This person, we had a dispute, and this person didn't hold up the end of the agreement. In the drug world, in dealing with illegal money, you can't call the cops. You can't file lawsuits. What's the solution? Gunplay. So people wind up getting shot, killed, and that's how disputes and thefts and stuff like that is handled. And so that's one of the reasons why I know that the drug war is a horrible thing, because it actually creates violence, because you give these individuals no other alternative to resolve disputes and to protect their products. In my experience living in LA, bangers are usually very intelligent people. Absolutely. That's such a common misconception about people that criminals are just dumb. Absolutely not. I know so many intelligent ex-criminals. No, it's not. Don't do it. Absolutely. Thank you. Okay, let's not glorify drug dealers. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to glorify drug dealers, but I respect the mindset, the hustle mindset. And I liked what this woman was doing, where she was actually getting cats that had, been doing it. And she's like, okay, let me show you how to turn your illegal, put those same skill sets to use with a legal hustle.
Thank you for checking out this clip from Escaping the Echo Chamber. If you would like to check out the entire live stream, you can click on the screen now, or you can click on the link in the description box below. I'll see you next time.